Hello, welcome to Timberborn and Arid Canyon here as we continue to work on building our little community. Let's see, what were we working on? We were working on blasting the rest of this out. So that's one of the things we're working on. And then over here, I don't know. We're full up. And probably full up. Yep. So that means we can go ahead and pause you guys so that we are less worried about shortages in labor, though it looks like we've got plenty of labor now. 8. We're full on logs. We're not full on planks. We finished this job here. So yeah, I'm thinking now their job is just to exist. Till we need more metal. We should go ahead and top off our planks though. I don't know. Should I build a larger, medium size, is that what it's called? Because this is an underground. Okay, so a large stockpile for the planks. Should I do that? Why not? But let's get rid of this so that we can do it that way, and then we can put our road right through here, and then we could do other brilliant things like make this holy row holy row. And I think that we'll also add some more of those, because why not? Additionally, see, these are now at 1, so we can go much higher. Additionally, let's add some showers over here. So guess we can't do that till we do that. And these guys will have all, more luxuries than anybody else. And I was pausing for a minute because I was thinking, well, should I blow the rest of this out? No. Because already, I talked earlier in the game about other players who fill up entire maps, like 80, 90% of the map with water, and of which 80% they could never use. And I don't know the purpose of that other than just, I guess, doing it. And so if I were to just blow out this stuff here, we wouldn't be able to use it because it'd never be able to drain out below this. Eventually, maybe, if we create robots and we get dirt, maybe we'll fill this in, and so that it's all becomes flat here and can be used eventually, as opposed to just being trapped back here. This amount that's below the floodgates. So we do want to start that up. And then we do want to go ahead and put in several more than needed, I'm sure, showers. Okay. Should also do the same for these guys over here. You know, I don't think we're going to put anything here. So why not? Let's put some showers there. We're not going to put anything else there. And it shouldn't flood there. But if it does, it won't really impact the showers that much. So we said empty this because why? Here we have carrots. Here we have grilled potatoes. Here we have potatoes. Huh. I don't remember why we were emptying this. Maybe because I thought we didn't have a spot for the grilled potatoes. But we do. So, yeah, let's make this potatoes. And instead, let's empty this and get rid of this little one. We're full of paper. These guys have 12 unemployed. We only have 17 explosives. That's not doable. We need more. We need lots and lots of explosives. We want to blow things up, man. We got lots of explosive work to do. We're full of planks. We could use more gears though. So let's run. So we are running a gear shop. No, we're running the blank shop. Let's also run a gear shop so we can use up some planks. What is this? Oh, another smelter. Yeah, you know what? Let's build a smelter too. This additional smelter. We won't need it now, but we may need it eventually. When we start building things that need metal blocks. So, you know, might as well. Well, let's pause though, till we're done with this project over here. Let's get started. Here, let's run it at this pace. If I run it at this pace though, it means that probably we'll have more episodes. Would that be a bad thing? Wow, the sloshing here is crazy. Only 8 minutes into the video, to the episode, and I'm already complaining about the sloshing. Well, I don't know. Who forgot to set the purpose of that? 6 unemployed. Getting a good flow here, so now let's raise this up to 1.5. And you know what? Just realized we should go up another level. And that means then I should not build these here. Because we will want to go up another level. And that's what we'll use the wood for. Yeah, okay, alright. So to do that, we will delete this path and this path. We'll put up a levee here. And yeah, it still can reach it. Because I was checking that. Because then we'll put one here. Well, doesn't matter. No, doesn't matter. I was worried about the order of build in order for people not to get trapped. But I think we build this, then we put a stair up to here, and then we have access across. But yeah, okay. All right. I'm like, but then how do I come up here without creating some elaborate workaround, walk around, get the trees in the way here to then get up another level here? What? But I got it. I figured it out. I got a plan. I got a plan, Stan. And we only have that guy over there doing that. So let's put up the other lumberjack. We have 5 additional, so let's put in those, and hopefully we don't have a death wave. Alright, sorry, but they're moving too slow for me. Look at that. Slosh is such that, oh well, maybe because we held up back more water. Maybe that was why. And then it's flooding over, causing the flooding down, causing the sloshing, I guess. Caused it to stop flowing for a bit. Do we not have... We have enough dynamite, so... Why are they taking so long, it seems, to bring out dynamite? Oh, look, it flooded right there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Figured it probably would. Okay, so we are going to delete this guy. And we're going to delete this path. At least to there. And then we're going to put up levees all through there. And a stairway then here. And now let's see you flood over there, because you, yeah, let's see that. The other thing I learned more about this whole thing here. So I didn't realize what these were for. Export threshold. I didn't realize this was like only imports and this was only exports kind of things. So we don't want to export any of these, so export threshold 100. So I'm not sure what that means now. I'll have to go back and check out what that means. Like, I think this means, yeah, we don't ever want to import paper in this district. Export threshold. Like if I say export all goods without restrictions. Currently everything is set that way. So if I do that, this is do not export any goods. Okay, so when I move it over this way, that means don't export. So we don't want to export any of our scrap metal. We may want to export, we will want to export our gears eventually. I don't know if these guys are going to be making these over here. Maybe. Let's see. We're not making medicine. We won't want to export pine resin. We may want to export this though. We will want to export dynamite. We will want to export that. We don't want to export planks at all. We don't want to export any of the food stuff like this. Don't want to export the potatoes. Though, you know, Zoozooputz, our beaver thinker, was thinking, you know, so we originally had set restrictions for ourselves, not to make the game harder, but simply to try and make the districts more efficient. So we'd have a food production district, we would have our industrial production, and we'd have our, you know, scrap metal production. Actually, this was going to be like our metal production district, but then we changed that. And every district was going to have the ability to make the basic foods like carrots and your basic items, products like the planks, but nothing that required like a 2-stage production. And so that's why then let me close this. Every district was going to have their own carrot farm and potentially sunflower farm, but not potato, wheat, that kind of stuff. So I don't know if you remember me talking about that at the beginning of the episode or not, of this series or not, but that's what we'd said. But Zoozooputz was thinking, well, okay, that's fine and dandy. However, what if instead of each district, I mean, so those are self-imposed. We could always change them when we find out that, hey, maybe things don't work the way we thought they would. Hey, does that show 2.67? So shows 3, meaning that it's been flooded. Probably not the best place for that, but anyway, got distracted. So those are limitations that we placed upon ourselves. We can change them when we find out that they aren't the most efficient way to do things. And so one of the things that came to my mind was, well, all right, so we don't want each district, because we're going to have a farm producing district, so we don't want each district to be taking up space for all these different farms when we're going to have a farm district, grow everything and then export the food, right? But thought came to my mind, well, okay, what though if instead the farming district grows the basic foods and they process the second step. So your basic foods, and they ship those that can be processed either at the next step, meaning we ship potatoes. Okay, try and be clear. I realize I'm not being that clear. We ship potatoes because the next step in the potatoes is only one process, which is baking them. As opposed to, and you know, you get one potato, as opposed to whenever a potato is made, it creates 4 baked potatoes or grilled potatoes. And so then if you're shipping grilled potatoes, you're taking more, you got to ship more product than if you just ship potatoes. I hope that makes sense. So why not just ship potatoes? You ship 1, they produce 4 grilled potatoes. So there's a benefit in that, because then you're not shipping 4 grilled potatoes to get the same effect of what they would get if you shipped 1 potato. Hope that makes sense. So, but like we wouldn't, the farming district would not ship wheat, because wheat we need to grind into flour, and then we could ship the flour for people to make bread. Because I think one flour makes 3 bread, something like that. It's a multiple though. I don't know. I have to check that out. Does so? Oh well, we could ship wheat, because 1 wheat generates 1 flour, and 1 cattail root generates 1 cattail flour. And then it's whenever you cook the the flour, along with the maple for the maple pastries, that you generate the larger product. But I think it's still, you're still shipping 1 item that generates multiple. And so I think we would still not ship the flour products. So instead of having like a bunch of mills in your different districts grinding flour, we have one that is grinding all the different flour, and then we ship the flour and it's baked on site. What do you think? Think that's brilliant? I think that's maybe brilliant. So then we will never want to export grilled potatoes. We'll never want to export sunflower seeds. We no longer want to export carrots. We'll not want to export these. We're not going to make them here. But whenever we receive them, we don't want to be exporting them. And these as well. Logs we may export. Water we may export. But we want to make sure that we retain 75% of our water and 75% of our logs. So that we're only shipping 25% and 25% of water if we need to ship water. Okay. We will I don't know that we're going to ever be doing that. Okay, so I think that works. But I also think that means then we say do not import grilled potatoes, bread, grilled chestnuts, or maple pastries, because we're going to be baking those ourselves. And we would not import these. Yeah, import if needed, because we were, we'll say 85%. So, yeah. All right. Where's potatoes? Okay. So let's ship 50% of our potatoes. All right. Okay, I think that's good. So for these guys, we will import if needed, and we will never export what we have. This we will not import because we won't need it. We will export all of it because we're not going to use that. We're never going to export any books we receive. We're not going to import that, and we're not going to export it. This, we won't, when we receive these, we won't export them. We're not going to export any planks. We're not, when we receive those, we're not going to export those. We won't export any of this or this. We won't import that. Won't import this. And won't import this or this. Well, yeah, we will. We may import that, but we won't export. Once we receive the stuff, we won't export it. We won't export any bread. And so we're going to say, actually, don't import bread, don't import this, don't import this, and not export. If we end up exporting carrots, only export 85%. Do not export grilled potatoes, and do not import them. Do not export and don't import. These are cocktail crackers. Nope, because we're going to want to make those here, and we'll want to make those here as well. So we're not going to want to export our logs or our water. And the reason why, so then the reason why we put this to not export whenever, because we're receiving, we don't want to give out anything we receive. We're not making it, so we only receive the product. As we don't want a balancing act to go on, which is what I understand will happen, is if you leave the export on, even though they're not manufacturing it, and they're a receiver, an import district, an importing district, once they reach a certain level, and these guys, like, maybe they aren't at a certain level the game deems they should be, it'll start trying to balance. So these guys will start trying to export those things that they're importing. So that's why then you set it up. So those items that they're importing, that they're not making to export, they don't ever export. Hope that makes sense. Well, so that took practically all our time. Okay, so they built that. Let's put up a stair. Get rid of all of this path. And this path. Because we're going to put up and then we're going to put that in. This was Beelzebub's, sorry, Beelzebub. That's a completely different myth, mythology or whatever. Zoozooputz. This was Zoozooputz' brilliant idea. Of how we get over here without having to try and come over here and build some loop out and then back kind of thing. So, all right. They're busy with that. Finally finished with all the dynamite? No. Can you not reach? Why have you not put dynamite over there yet? Huh? Get with it. Get with it. Now, do we have potatoes over here? We do not. It did say export 50%. Do not import. Import if need. Oh, because we don't need it. Okay. Okay, because I need to build the need for it. And we'll do that like right now. Not in a minute. Not a minute from now. But right now we're going to do that. Let's see. Let's build that. And that. And then here, we will build storage for grilled potatoes. What are you guys doing? Oh, you did. So you put the dynamite there. Great. I said put dynamite down here first, though. Did I not? Maybe I didn't. Because sometimes I forget what I did. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yes. And we will replace that with another shrine. Okay, then we're going to build a temporary here. Wait a minute, wait a minute. That's not right. We want to do that. And then we do this. And let's build our little underground road, shall we? Or underwater road. And then we want to blast this. But that's all the time that we have for today. I took up a lot of time blabbing about this here, but you know, hopefully that was helpful. Let's pick grilled potatoes. And so hopefully, I don't know, maybe somebody learned from that. I know that I didn't know exactly how all that worked because I didn't know how those sliders worked. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that episode and that you'll come back and join us when we continue on our little journey here. Until then, have a terrific day.